something's wrong.
So can I get you gentlemen something more to drink? Or maybe something to nibble on? Some pizza shooters, shrimp poppers, or extreme fajitas?
Just coffee.
Okay. Sounds like a case of the Mondays.
Again, I've known celebrities, and I don't want to talk about celebrities much, but
I didn't bring it up.
I've had no, exactly. I've had celebrity friends, and it becomes a different struggle. It's how do I stay celebrity? And the minute I saw that, I bowed out.
You know what? I can't. It's feeding the machine. You know what I mean? If you're going to do that, and there's some exceptions, I'm sure, and it's why people like Hackman stopped acting in this because I was an admirer of him. I've said for years I would pay admission to watch him tie his shoes.
Hey, look who's back! Table for three. Oh, hey!
Well, and that speaks to my Red Cross experience just lately with the fires out here. We just closed the last major shelter out here. But on the first night, on the 7th, when the fires and the winds were blowing, and it was crazy, and there was a
it was apocalyptic. It looked apocalyptic to me.
There was a 75-year-old woman who came in. Her face was covered in ash, except for the tear marks, because she had watched her 100-year-old mother's house burn down. And her mother, she kept saying, is in the car, and she's got oxygen tanks, and they may be running out. Can we help her with that? And people came in overnight and over the next week with bottles of water and clothes and food. And they said, anything we can do. And we said, well, these people don't have homes, so there's nothing they can do with this stuff. And they said, well, they can drink the water. And to which we said eventually, yes, okay, we'll take the water. But even non-perishable goods, we don't have can openers. We don't have a way to cook this stuff. These people don't have a place to take this back. And it's not hypocrisy, but it's your heart wants to do something.
Oh, hey, what's going on here? Get a room, you two. Me.
I hate that guy.
However, these people never signed up for the Red Cross to help out. Once their effort was done, they kind of forgot about the thing. And the Red Cross, Goodwill, any of the departments that were there on 24/7 for these people could have used hands over a long term, because this thing lasted 2 months. And we could have used the help. But these people went home and thought, well, they didn't want my bottled water. And there's always something you can do. And I wound up finding people at a farmer's market that I volunteer at, where we collect compost from people who buy produce at the farmer's market, the vendors who have got damaged produce that they can't sell at the end of the day. We take this stuff, but come to find out, one of the ladies I knew there said, did you know there are pop-up little organizations all over the place that are willing to move the bottled water around for the Red Cross? Can the Red Cross speak to those people? Because the Red Cross when they move, they have to do it logistically, because it's such a big organization. And there are smaller groups that can do this. And that's where I was fascinated, is there are levels of thought going into this. And there were so many people on board, but so many people were lost, and they felt hopeless about their situation. So they did what they could, but they would come in at 3 a.m. and say, I want to volunteer. That's great. Unfortunately, the Red Cross has to train you to volunteer, because we can't have 80 people all bumping heads at 3 a.m. We need people in strategic places at the right time. They've got a schedule. They have to be able to back the people that are going to be there, which means there's a lengthy training. During the fires, there was a fast track in to get people working with us. But for the most part, if it's an idle Tuesday, get online, take a Red Cross class.
Hadn't thought of that.
Learn about a lot of this had to do with just natural burning. So take an indigenous class online, because the indigenous people out here used to burn with thought, and because they knew this was going to happen.